Uyazibuza abanye abantu benza ngani? Ufunde nabo, usebenza nabo, baphila impilo ephezulu. Impilo kubo ilula. Kuwena kulikhuni konke. Kunemfihlo ethile. Isithwalo senyoka. Manje khohla okunye. Ikhona inyoka yemali. Ibeke endlini yodwa ikwenzele izimanga. Futhi le kaBabu Dokotela ayinabungozi. Siyatholakala eNedbank House eThekwini noma sishayele ku 082 459 1816 noma ku 076 55 58577. uBabu Dokotela indlondlo kwezokwelapha.
Siyabingelela Babu Dokotela, Babu Wesizwe, Babu Jabulile, umfana omhleja ekhehlela umlungu umzulu wamancengesi la. Namhlanje siyashutha senza ivideo yokuqala nqa ukuthi wena uyibone in English version. Sisebhilidini kuthiwa Nedbank House Building. Physical address or business address is a corner of Queen Street and Albert Street. GPS number 72 Dennis Halley Street. Thank you.
Welcome, viewers. It's a brand new day. What a wonderful day, Babu Dokotela.
It is a blessed day.
A blessed day from God. Thank you very much. We are chilling nicely with Babu Dokotela today. No refreshments.
No refreshment. Lots of phones.
It's just us.
Let me correct you the fact about phones. Do you know how many phones I've got?
How many?
I'm carrying 4 phones at all times.
Right.
I've got 18 phones in total.
That means we have 18 SIM cards, 18 numbers.
Registered under my name. The call center alone has 4 phones.
Yeah,
Babu Dokotela, this is what you're
yeah, that is business anyway. Dokotela, I want us today to discuss something very unique. A pond for wealth. I know it's going to be for the first time we discuss this subject.
Wow.
We've never spoken about this before. But before we get to that, Babu Dokotela, let's talk to men. Married or not, if you are in a relationship, what is the plastic, Babu Dokotela?
You are asking me about plastic while it's so cold. This is winter now.
I'm not asking you for the blanket.
Plastic, let me answer the question dearly. And then plastic, it is made for adult married men. It is made for adult married men, someone who wears this or someone who has this in his wardrobe. It's for someone who's got erectile deficiency syndrome, whereby if you are going for play with your wife, especially as you are a married man, and then you are not strong anymore. You may be diabetic related, or maybe you are going under stress or anxiety. You need a booster, or maybe you've tried most of the enhancements, the sexual drugs that are no longer helping you. That is whereby we apply what is called plastic for men for 500 rand.
Only 500 rand.
You pay 500 rand and then we entertain you.
Hot moments are back.
Good ones.
Let me put a disclaimer on this one, Dokotela. It's strictly for ladies.
Oh, now I know.
This one. Yeah, ladies only. Dokotela, talk to ladies about isikhafulo.
Isikhafulo. Isikhafulo, it's been a commodity scam. That's number one. Anyone or everybody who just started a herbal practice claim that I've got isikhafulo, I've got isikhafulo. No. We cannot do that. Now, let me talk to someone who's currently in Sentin now, living in an expensive estate. Someone is in Mall of Africa, around there, living in those private expensive estate. But the boyfriend or so-called boyfriend has left. That person is devastated. That woman has everything, but you wonder why men are leaving her. That is whereby we apply what is called isikhafulo. In any estate wherever now we are strapped and then you're only watching your heater, not even TV, because you're tired of watching this TV, and then you're trying to warm up yourself with the heater. You're tired of this heater. You need a physical heater. You have to get isikhafulo to bring back that husband, to bring back that man, who have run away from you. Because not that we are just using isikhafulo for the stupidity. Most of the time, women are so in love and they invest so much to the so-called men, and they even help them financially at home. And now, once the man established himself, and then start to have wings, and then he flies. Okay, now we have to tell people, you take isikhafulo, how long does it take? Isikhafulo is intended to take like 1 day. Because of your miscarriage or abortions, or anything that is spiritual that is affecting you, this isikhafulo may take up to 3 days. The maximum it must be 3 days. But when you are doing it perfectly, you've got to be naked. If you are using isikhafulo, it's very, very important to be naked.
During the day or at night?
Preferable at night, preferable night when the subject is asleep. You must do it. And then the times, you must use only odd numbers, like at 9 p.m. or 11 or 1 or 3. Because at 8, at 10, the scapula goes, but it becomes very dormant. Babu Dokotela says, if you want this scaffold, you must be prepared to come to Durban. I prefer that a person must come to me and must have 5,000 rand. Thank you.
I once went to your shop at Manchis Passage. I saw a product called Sugars. It's for ladies.
It's for ladies too.
When does the lady need it?
Number one, where is Manchis? Where's that herbal shop? We got in Durban. We got a street called West Street.
The busiest street of Durban.
It's very busy. I rather use West Street old names. West Street. Yeah. It is number 3. It's number 357 West Street. When you put in a 357 West Street Eagle Building, there is a passage there, and then we got a herbal shop there, whereby people they go there. If you are looking for what is called entertainment in terms of women, a smart woman must have sugars. There's no way. If you want to trap that man, you demand that man to remain on your orbit as much as you want. You must have sugar. Sugars makes you being a demand to any man that you come across. But it is intended for adult people only, not people at varsities or at residential areas where students dwells. But we are targeting people who are married, people who are matured. They must take sugars. How much is sugars? It's 200 rand, which means it is dearly affordable, but it's only intended for women, but who is matured, who want to keep that man standing in front of her bedroom, not bathroom, bedroom. Babu Dokotela, thanks.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Dokotela, I would like to talk to a professional, but specifically the lawyers. Poverty has become very common with professionals. Even the lawyers today, they are suffering. What is happening?
Sure, we got poverty at law. And then when you come across an advocate, sometimes you even meet a senior advocate. A senior advocate will be driving only 2 cars. How come an advocate driving Toyota Fortuner, an advocate driving a Toyota Fortuner 22 model, 2.4 diesel, that person cannot afford? There is no way that we're a senior advocate. You can't drive S-Class. We're a senior advocate. You can't drive Wrangler. Those are the kind of cars that we are expecting from you as a senior advocate. But now we are seeing that your colleagues, in terms of Indians, they are just way ahead compared to us. They are just way ahead. And I'm afraid that when you notice that most of the buildings that are owned by law firms, either it is an Indian or white firm. We don't have from the Black Lawyer Society. We don't have firms. We only own offices, not a floor. Most of these Asian people or European people who are practicing law here in South Africa, they own floors if they cannot own a building. When you press a lift, 9th floor, it's just a law firm. That's all. And then the poverty that is within our legal practitioners in terms of Africans, it is spreading like cancer. We have to do something. But the problem where it lies, it's when they graduated. That is where they got attacked. Because the enemy attacked you when you are most exposed. Because when you are graduating, you attract a lot of people closer to you. They take pictures directly. They don't copy your pictures. They take pictures directly when you are wearing a gown. What they do with this picture, normally what they do, they take it to any cemetery and they find a tree called umugano. And thereafter they'll take a nail. They'll bend a nail. When that nail is bent, they'll wait till it gets like rusted, and they take your picture and then use this nail and pin it right through your head to this tree, so-called umugano, and they leave it over there. You will struggle as much as the tree is still standing. You struggle as an attorney. You struggle as a professional academy. You just struggle because you accepted a lot of people to come and take pictures directly from you. That is why most of these people who are celebrating what they call graduating ceremony, they're very poor. They are very, very struggling. Babu Dokotela, thank you.
Babu Dokotela, I want us to give a difference or similarities, if there is any similarities, between a witch doctor and inyanga. Is there any difference?
A witch doctor. Oh, Babu Dokotela now is a doctor. Or maybe he's a witch doctor. Okay, let us correct the spelling. Because of our ignorance, we are fighting. But we are fighting for no cause. When we are talking about a witch doctor, it is a doctor. Let me explain this so that you'll understand. Forget what we were doing last night. You couldn't do it without black stick. I told that get yourself black stick. A witch doctor, we are talking about a person that is regarded as a witch doctor because he is the one that is able to cure anyone who's been bewitched by a wizard.
Okay.
That doctor is called a witch doctor because anyone who's been bewitched in isiZulu or takatiwe, he can only be sent to a witch doctor. Let me correct the spelling. A witch doctor is whereby a person sees things, hears things, and then sometimes he claims that he's going to be sangoma, blah, 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 blah. No, a witch doctor will spread the bones and able to identify whether you have to be initiated or you've been bewitched. And the witch doctor will be able to help that person. A witch doctor is not an insult. It's just that we don't understand that people who've been bewitched, they need someone who can able to de-witch that. That is a witch doctor. But inyanga, it's someone else. Inyanga, we normally call inyanga in English is a traditional health practitioner. A traditional health practitioner does most of the time, not all, most of the time does not spread the bones. Sometimes they use senses. A traditional health practitioner is someone most likely who's got acquired knowledge of traditional medicine. Let me correct the spelling. A traditional health practitioner is not like a witch doctor. A witch doctor is someone who just practices indigenously, has never studied anything. He knows no chemistry, he knows no physiological effect, he knows no biological effect. Like a traditional health practitioner knows when he takes what is called allium sativa, mixing it with Bacilla paniculata, what is going to be concocted, because he understands the chemistry of allium sativa, so-called garlic. He knows what is in garlic, what is going to happen to the patient, because garlic, it has what is called sulfur. Okay, if this person is suffering from this medical condition, but this person is also taking chronic crack, which means when I concoct my medication, I cannot use allium sativa because I'm an acquired traditional health practitioner. I have studied this, I have learned this. It's a person that was learned a little bit, but he understands the consequences of mixing wrong herbs when you're treating someone with got other medical condition, even though the patient is coming here for initiative. But because of this, the traditional practitioner will do a different kind of model of medicine to prepare for this person. He may take okra with allium sativa, with Bacilla paniculata, and able to cure someone who's got diabetic. But someone else cannot do that who is a witch doctor, because has never been acquired to or exposed to that kind of knowledge of medicine. It comes to a witch doctor. A witch doctor cannot do what is called a blood count analysis, whereby a traditional health practitioner knows what is called ESR. ESR is whereby we as traditional health practitioners like Babu Dokotela, we understand the rate of segmentation of your erythrocyte, so-called ions. We understand why your platelets are so low, which means you got so-called bleeding of the red cells, because we are traditional health practitioners. We are not witch doctors. Witch doctor does not understand that. We know why your CA199, it is reading so high. It's because you got symptoms of rectum cancer. But a witch doctor does not understand that. We're able to do our own slide in terms of acid fast bacilli. Now I'm confusing you. Now. Acid
we
fast
are getting
bacilli.
deeper and deeper.
Acid fast, and I'm trying to break down so that you
Sure.
understand who is a witch doctor and who is a traditional health practitioner, whereby we're able to do our own slide in terms of acid fast bacilli. We're able to read whether this patient has TB or not. This is the bold, not big, bold, different. I am not a witch doctor.
You
I'm
are.
a traditional health practitioner. I understand why the person is suffering from what is called peripheral encephalopathy deficiency syndrome. Thank you.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. Thank you very
No,
much.
say that. I said
With or without understanding. You have to think. But anyway, we are still going to Google some of the terms.
Okay.
give us a chance. Give us a chance. They were a bit too much. Babu Dokotela, South Africa has got so many tribes.
Oh, yes.
From Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, Botswana, Vendas. But out of all these tribes, I want you to tell us which tribe has got real Izinyanga.
You're talking about South Africa. I'm worried about Africa.
Okay.
In Africa, we are speaking a language that has no tribal base.
Sure.
Swahili. We as Africans, we have to come clean. Why are we speaking that language? There is no tribe that speaks Swahili. But Africa, they speak Swahili. From where? From the slavery masters, Arabs. We have to be conscious about that.
Sure.
Izinyanga.
Sure, yes, Izinyanga. Which tribe has the real Izinyanga?
What I would say, especially in South Africa, if we Nyanga, we are not speaking isiZulu. There's nothing wrong. We are not a Nyanga. If we're Nyanga, you're speaking Afrikaans. How are you going to explain to me in Afrikaans how to do the palasa, also kaful? No. Because
Inyanga must speak Zulu.
you must be able to speak isiZulu, because I have to be honest, when you're doing African traditional medicine, 80% you'll be studying Zulu medicine. You are obliged or mandated to be able to speak isiZulu. No umgano as umgano. No ihluze as ihluze. Don't say ituze. No ihluze. Because if uyinyanga ungasazi isiZulu, uyinyanga ungasikhuluma isiZulu, inyanga ngempela umZulu, the original and most perfected inyanga is iZulu man. Not uthi ingabe ningamaZulu vese kuyaziwa lokho.
That was Babu Dokotela.
Babu
for you.
Dokotela.
Inyanga must be
Umzulu.
must speak Zulu, must be Umzulu.
Speak Zulu and Umzulu. Because 80% of those herbs, they are based in isiZulu. Even in Swaziland, they've got one or two Swazi herbs, but most are only sourced in Johannesburg or KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. Thank you very much. Hyperhuman engineering to identify your enemy. Babu Dokotela, what are you talking about now?
In military, they've got hypersonic missile.
All right.
We have to be enlightened about that. We have to innovate our medication as well, as we are traditional practitioners, not witchcraft, witch doctors. If we're applying what is called hyper engineering, we have to be intellectual, raise our IQ very high, whereby the client will come to me and say, Babu Dokotela, I've got this particular person, this person has messed up with my life. I need to know where he is or where she is. Inyanga must be able to give some time and then work on that subject and then lately tell you exactly that person is dead or alive, that person is doing this, is doing this, is doing this, is doing this, doing this. Through umuti. Thank you.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. Dokotela, before you go, in closing, in other words, talk about the pond for wealth and say goodbye. I will not ask you any, I won't ask you any more questions. I think I've asked you enough now.
Yeah, to poverty.
Yeah. Pond for wealth.
The pond for wealth. Okay, number one, if that person want to ascertain that wealth, says, Babu Dokotela, I need to ascertain that wealth. I need to make a pond for my wealth. Who is qualifying to do that? It's anyone who's independently a person that who's got like a spare room or a spare a place where he can able to convert a room into an altar, because that room has to be completely converted into an altar. Number one, that room must not have a furniture. And then if your slab has already been prepared, all you have to do is to make a dam just in the center of your room. Use bricks, just lay out 2 lines, plaster it, and thereafter tile it as well. Make it look neat. It's number one, make it look neat. And now we are raising the pond. Now we must put water. We are not going to take tap water and just fill up here. No, it's not like that. We have to go to the beach and then collect water, but maybe like 40 or like 100 liters of water in gallons. 100 liters of water. Collect that water with sand, with some stones as well. And then come and pour over here. And then go to the flowing river. Collect sand, stone, and water from the flowing river. Try to find a waterfall. Collect water from the waterfall, sand and stone, and deposit it into there. Thereafter, all you have to do, this is serious. Now you have to chant some words when you are invoke these powers that you are already collected and gather them into this pond. You must get yourself a goat. The goat must be white in color. The goat has to be slaughtered, but you don't have to cut it. You don't have to shoot it. Take a goat alive. Put it inside this pond. Drown the goat. Push it down till the goat got suffocated and die. And thereafter remove the bile. Spew the bile all over here. Spew the bile all over here. And then do the chantings as you've been educated. And then drink some. And then the rest of the bile, I'll tell you what to do. And the goat, we have to eat it. You must be able to eat it. But the way you'll be killing that goat, we have to drown the goat. And thereafter, your wealth is confirmed. Your children will not be allowed to enter there. Your wife and yourself, if you have done sex yesterday, you have to wait like 3 days. And thereafter, once you got this point, you are no longer going to attend any funerals unless it affects you directly. That is a discipline about this point, but you must have serious money for that, because your wealth is certainly guaranteed. There is no tender that you cannot procure. Anything that has money, it will be affecting you, as long as it has money, because that pond is so greedy. At night, it lights up. Without you putting a torch or what, but at night it lights up. But not at all times, but sometimes at night it lights up. You only go there for serious things. Thereafter, you must put lot of coins. All the times, you must keep on throwing coins there and do the chantings. And then this water that is there, most of the time, if you want to beat a competitor, go and drink from that water. Drink it, spew it, call the name of the company. That company will collapse completely and then you'll take over. Babu Dokotela, Babu says, Babu Jamlile, ngiyatshakatha. Thank you very much.
Please subscribe to Babu Dokotela TV. That's all we have for today. Thank you very much.
Pond of wealth.
Uyazibuza abanye abantu benza ngani? Ufunde nabo, usebenza nabo, baphila impilo ephezulu. Impilo kubo ilula. Kuwena kulukhuni konke, kunemfihlo ethile. Isithwalo senyoka. Manje khohla okunye. Ikhona inyoka yemali. Ibeke endlini yodwa, ikwenzele izimanga. Futhi le kaBabu Dokotela ayinabungozi. Siyatholakala eNedbank House eThekwini, noma sishayele ku 082 459 1816 noma ku 076 55 58577. uBabu Dokotela indlondlo kwezokwelapha.